know. I
put Molly in her drink. She ain't even know. You support that?
What you mean? Did I support?
I put Molly in her drink. She ain't even know. We looking at kidnapping. We looking at rape.
Sometimes, man, niggas say anything.
Those niggas are entertainers, bro. We understand they're entertainers.
So
they're entertainers.
So if you rap about molestation, it's fine because it's entertainment.
No,
you gotta think it's
So you think that's the proper approach, attacking the rappers? So you another Charleston White?
Yo, did he just call me Charleston White? Man, welcome back to another episode of the Ruling Class Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Didi, back up in this bitch with another video. And listen, if you've been following this channel, then you've probably been able to put together that I think black culture and my, perspective on black culture is that it's trash. It's trash, and it's been trash for a long time. I think what happens is a lot of people hear that statement, and for a lot of so-called black people, they get their feelings hurt because they are tied and attached to what black culture used to be 35 years ago, 40 years ago, right? They think about, the what we were raised in our homes and our music and our food and our barbecues and things of that nature, but they don't understand. They're not looking at what black culture is today. It's a completely different story, right? We love those things that are degrading, right? We love those things that are almost that of a savage lifestyle. And we call it normal. We call it unique. We call it different, right? And we're wrong. We're wrong. So anyways, that's my position. And I was recently invited to this radio show called The Underground Radio. And I was asked about the state of the black community. I was asked about, hip hop music and things of that sort. And the radio host actually called me Charleston White, which I did not take as an insult at all. But for those of you who don't know who Charleston White is, I suggest that you Google him. I would like to think that a lot of y'all probably know who that is by now, but you may not. And let's be clear, I do not agree with everything that Charleston White does and everything that he says, but I agree with a lot of it. I think he's a necessary evil, if you will. I don't use profanity, right? But a lot of the things that he said, I would say as well. I think something a lot of people do, but definitely a lot of black people, is when you say something or do something that initially hurts their feelings, right? That makes people hold themselves accountable, makes them participate in something called self-reflection. They don't want to hear anything else. They're willing to ignore everything else that you stand for, everything else that you've said, everything else that you're fighting for, because you hurt their feelings on that one particular topic. And I think that applies. I think that was demonstrated in this interview. So I thought it was necessary to show it to you.
Start at home, bro.
What's your resolution? What's your resolution? Yeah. What's your resolution?
My resolution.
How you gonna approach your resolution? Far Kelly, Young Thug, all this shit.
How can we fix this, bro?
What part of this?
It makes sense.
What's your resolution? And what's your approach to your resolution?
My approach is doing what I'm doing. If enough people came out and called them out on it, and
you think that's the proper approach, attacking the rappers? So you another Charleston White?
Facts. Let's talk about it. Facts. You love Charleston White, right?
Shit.
Nah.
Woo! Let's talk about that. Nah. Why not? You got a problem with somebody that's calling out?
I ain't got no. Listen, to not like a person, that don't mean I have a problem. That's just not. He's not my type of guy.
What's your type of guy?
The people that I can identify with. First of all, I don't do all this social media calling people out and all this and that. That's bogus to me. However, whatever approach,
rappers do that.
I don't fuck with that.
A lot of the rappers you and I both listen to do that.
Bro, it's not me. I don't listen,
What's the
bro.
problem with Charleston White? Isn't he doing everything a preacher's supposed to do?
I don't know. What is a preacher supposed to do? I don't know. I know what they say.
The gospel.
I know what they say.
He's supposed to give you the gospel.
But Charleston White take things too far. Like he told him, listen, no, wait. He said, I'm a Trayvon Martin, your little boy. That's tough, bro. You can't say that, man. You know what I'm saying?
What does it mean to Trayvon Martin somebody?
No. We ain't finna do that. We ain't finna do that.
I support Charleston White, absolutely. But he does a lot of things that I wouldn't do. But he does a lot of things that I don't support.
So you know what you just told me? You know what you just told me?
What did I just tell you?
You what you just said speak volumes about who you is, home. Either you with a nigga or you don't. Ain't no with this part of him, but this part is if
Fair
he
enough.
bogus, he bogus.
Watch this.
If he bogus, he bogus,
Watch
my
this.
guy.
Watch this. You like Rick Ross the rapper?
I like Rick Ross as an artist.
Nah,
not as
you know what they just said about you. That's what I'm
no,
as an artist. So
listen,
I put Molly in her drink. She ain't even know. You support that?
What you mean? Did I support
I put Molly in her
listen to
drink.
it.
She ain't even know. We looking at kidnapping. We looking at rape.
Sometimes, man, niggas say anything.
Those
in a
niggas
song,
are
bro.
entertainers, bro. We understand they're entertainers.
So
They're entertainers.
So if you rap about molestation, it's fine because it's entertainment. No, you gotta be consistent.
I put them out. I put rappers and actors in the same category with me, home.
All them niggas fake these days. You know what I'm saying?
But
Except
damn all that.
some of
Answer
the
the
youngsters.
question is, what's your approach to the resolution of peer growth and development in the community?
I told you we gotta call out a lot of.
So that's your approach.
It may sound simple, but it's if enough people do it, absolutely. If you had Kodak Black to come to your city, and you had everybody,
so you got a
protesting-
problem with these only you not attacking the government or nothing.
Yes, I do.
Your approach to fixing the
Okay.
community
Wrong.
is attacking
I do
rappers.
both. I do both. I do both.
Think about
I do both.
how the rap money
I
helps.
got a problem with the
politicians.
messenger and the person who sent the messenger.
Not no politicians or nothing.
Yes, I do.
You coming straight for
Jay-Z rap money help the community.
They look like
know
us,
what?
and you feeding us the poison, and you getting rich off of it.
P. Diddy rap money help the
Human
community.
trafficking is a job.
Lil Baby rap money is helping his community.
I bet you understand
I
that.
don't see
Jay
human
Prince
trafficking
rap
is a
money
job.
helping his
You
community.
know what? And I'm finna tell you
Come
something.
on, we quiet now.
tell you
Nipsey Hussle rap money helped his community.
You know what?
It takes and gives. It's yin and yang.
I don't watch the few Charleston White clips.
I don't watch all of them.
I ain't never heard him attack the government.
What's your point though? Because I
That's
have a
the
problem with
biggest
that.
enemy.
Problem, dude.
That's the enemy. That's the biggest. He the one structured all this shit. He the one got gangster rap on the forefront. He the one got the McDonald's commercials on the forefront. He the one locking people up for nothing. Them the ones
Locking people up for nothing.
I said, but for a little of nothing. All them niggas did them that time back in the 90s for them little drug laws and weed laws.
I
and shit.
agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
You
That was
have no
bullshit,
pushback
bro.
on me.
3 strikes and shit. Fellas get out, can't
Listen
really
to
get a
this.
job, bro. This is ain't no second chance America's book. It's structure, bro.
Me trying to
It's
fix the
structure,
community
bro.
is not my aim. Is not at no rapper.
Nah.
That's not my approach. That's not my first approach to attack the rapper.
I say let's get friends with the rapper because he got some money and let's figure out. Let's put some shit in structure. Let's put some.
No, it's not. That's not gonna work.
Let's some of them.
You can't take
some
an
of them
employee of the devil and then try to put them
Why is he the devil? The government is the devil. Why
what
is he
is the devil?
an employee of the devil.
What is the
Evil.
devil?
I keep telling you that evil. It don't have to be an entity if you don't believe in that, but it's evil.
God,
Everything
bro.
that represents evil. I'm gonna tell you something that's wrong with the black community. This is what's wrong with
Money represents evil.
I can sit in a
Let me
room
have all your
with
money.
50-year-olds.
Give me all your money.
I'm 28. I can sit in a room with 45-year-olds, and I can hear all of them defend the buffoonery, the destruction, the propagation of gun violence and drug violence. You will say, "Oh no, it's wrong," but then you gonna support it. You gotta let these people know. Enough people gotta speak out and tell them that they're wrong about that.
Do you know-
But in the black community, we don't want no accountability.
Bro.
Accountability is kryptonite.
if you
to black
cut out
people.
everything that's wrong,
We
you
want to point
you better
everything
than
to the
nothing in
white
this world.
man.
If you cut out
Yes, the
everything
government
wrong-
is listen, but the government is responsible for a lot. But guess what? The government ain't gonna change.
Well, you can't pick
Watch
out
this.
what you
That's
can't.
like
You can't
an
pick out with the
overweight
boycott.
person. That's like the overweight person living in the hood. Let's say an overweight black woman or man. It don't matter. Living in the hood, and they're talking about the policies that they don't have in their communities, the workout gyms that they don't have, and they blame it on the government. Absolutely. But guess what?
That's bogus.
Even watch this. Even if everything that stayed the way that it is, if you worked out, you went on a jog. If you can't jog yet, you may be too big to jog in that time. If you go on walks and you change your diet, even with what you are submerged to in your community with the food that you have, you still gonna lose weight with the government the way it is.
That's
So
true.
even with the
That's
way
true.
the government is,
That's
call
true.
out these rappers. We said, nah, we gonna support you. But when these rappers pass away, after they telling us the way that they living in their music, we all sad. We posting them everywhere. But somebody like Kevin Samuels, who came and gave us game and tried to help us, when he passed away, everybody making fun of the dude.
It's deeper than the
How
rappers
that work,
too.
bro?
We got
The rappers
homeboys.
who feed
We
us
got
poison.
homeboys that's really passed away
It's
to that shit too,
that's
man.
what I'm saying. Like that's not.
I got family that done passed away to it.
so right
I'm
now.
from that, but I'm calling them out.
If
You
I
gotta-
got family that
you
make
gotta
rap
call
like
everybody
that.
out.
I'm calling them out.
Now,
You gotta
if
call
it wasn't
everybody out.
Rappers exist. You think it sounds like you holding the rappers
more accountable than the government.
Everybody.
More than the parents, more than everybody.
No. I'm not.
rappers got
That's
power.
a great point. I'm not holding them more accountable.
I mean,
I'm
but
just
this
saying,
is your
like
approach.
it.
This is
Like
you
it
saying
I'll
this is your
explain.
approach to the resolution.
absolutely. Well, I thought you meant specifically when it came to the rappers. I didn't know you meant the community.
Rappers
but-
got a powerful platform, I figure, but that's
So
not the
this is
that's not the
why
root of this shit.
rappers was my first answer to you. So every year we have something called Black History Month, which I don't support, by the way. I think every month is Black History Month. So we have something called Black History Month, and every year in the month of February, we celebrate certain people like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We know the people, right? Why do we celebrate them? Because they was an influential. They had an influential impact on our community, right? And they shifted the community or the society that we knew it to be from one thing to the next, right? Today, we don't have activists like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all these good people. Who do we got now?
Okay,
Rappers.
You're right. But
Do not underestimate the power that a Lil Durk got, bro.
Much love to Martin Luther
I'm
King.
willing to say that Lil Durk right now got more influence than Tupac had
Let me tell you something.
back in the 90s, bro. Yo, watching this interview back, I'm able to see that I was so passionate. I kind of cleaned it up there at the end, and I actually heard him for the exact question that he was asking, but I actually misunderstood him at the very beginning. I thought he was saying, Demetrius, what's your solution, or Diddy, what's your solution for, getting rid of these terrible rappers, or getting rid of these rappers that are spreading a destructive message? Instead, he was asking me, Demetrius, what's your solution for fixing and trying to help the so-called Black community, right? And I want to make sure I clear it up, because no, I do not think rappers is the end-all, be-all to the problems that are happening within the so-called Black community. Absolutely not. You're looking at a person who just got his master's degree in public service. So I understand that it starts in the home. It starts with, local government, local politicians, right? Trying to have both the mother and the father in the home, and create nonprofits and programs that kind of encourage that, right? Create nonprofit programs that, supply those resources and supply more resources that a lot of other children that are a lot more fortunate have compared to those that are in the ghettos and the urban communities. So I want to make sure that I'm clear about that, because no, I do not think that entertainers and actors and rappers and artists are the reason for the state of our community. No, I think it's a lot deeper than that. I think we do have to look at government and things of that sort. But obviously, as you can see, I'm super passionate about rappers and those who spread a destructive message, because I do think the influence that they have is far greater than what we're giving them credit for. Because if our youth is looking at these artists the way that we looked at Martin Luther King, and way our parents looked at people like Malcolm X and people of that sort, look how they influenced us. So please don't underestimate in 2022, the age of social media, how these rappers and these artists are influencing our youth. So I want to make sure I clear that up. Until next time, peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.